Hello. Hey guys, how are we doing? Just need to work on some of the audio, but as you can see, there's some lines on here. Let me just clean that off. Hopefully you'll be able to see me. Hopefully you're able to hear me. Guys, say hello. Can you hear me? Let me know. What I'm going to do, I've got to figure out by adding some audio. So let's try and find an audio. Right. There we go. Right, let's turn that down. Let's turn that down. Guys, let me know if you can hear me. Hello, the pilot man. Whoa, that is going way too quickly.
So
you can hear me.
Route is a really difficult one to
now,
answer because
can you tell me if you can hear Matt?
Got a different favourite route.
Just type hear Matt.
High speed and Munich Augsburg, probably my two top favourites that I'm enjoying at the moment. Southeastern high speed gives me that
excellent.
Really nice
so salty chips, excellent. You can hear me. Can you hear Matt as well on this stream? Want to make sure you can hear him on it.
To go past somewhere I know really well. Munich Augsburg's got such a wide variety of traffic. I can be going high speed. I can be
excellent. So you can hear the video as well. If you find that the audio is a little too loud for the Railfan Fest, let me know. And if it's too quiet, let me know and I will bump it back up.
My favourite route personally is a bit of an odd one. We've not really gone that way with TSW.
Hey, look, this is kind of like a new setup for me. So what we've done is we have got YouTube. We've got YouTube running. Let me just lower that slightly. So we've got YouTube on my main screen. I've got Streamlabs running. Got my mic. And I am showcasing the audio and the video for that. Got my nice Corsair headphones on so I can hear it so there's no echo, hopefully. Got my cup of tea. Run out of mugs because I haven't done a dishwasher lately. So I'm using my Disney Adventureland mug from Disney. Funnily enough, it's got Jungle Cruise all over it. And I got it at Disneyland Paris and it was like a special offer. If you bought so much, you would get a mug for a certain price. Yeah, Jungle Cruise is not at Disneyland Paris. It's World, Magic Kingdom and Disneyland California, etc. Yeah, I know. Local Skoda. I've put it quiet because I'm talking. Here you go. I'll put it back up. Put it back up.
Train sim or otherwise is the West Coast Main Line. I just think it's a fantastic,
amazing,
beautiful transition.
I think this is going well. Can't hear anything. Well, yeah, you're not going to hear anything, are you?
It's just an incredible experience.
There we go.
To ride.
Turn it back up. Yeah, I've done it. I've turned it back up, Ethan. Turn it back up.
One of my favourite routes is probably one of the more recent ones we're doing, which is the Clinchfield Railroad. I think.
Yeah, I know, Creefab. I said I was turning it down whilst I was talking.
Our sense of foliage and just general nature. There's so many little areas where we've tried to capture the true nature of the American wilderness, and I don't think we've done anything on that scale since Sandpatch. And
what
looking
quiz
from where
for?
we came since Sandpatch, Clinchfield is just such an improvement. And it's so cool to see an environment like that in TS World.
Yeah.
So my favourite route in Train Simulator is Redale and Teesdale, and is very dear to my heart.
Just checking my levels so you can hear me fine.
My favourite route is probably GWE Paddington Reading. I started at Dovetail around about the midway through when we were making Sandpatch Grade. And I joined at a point where I was very heavily involved with optimization, and working on Paddington Reading actually was the first point where I actually got to work into the route. So for me,
190 viewers.
Personal love for
Thank you so much for joining us.
I can sort of
hopefully this is going to be good. Don't tell me that
XY asset that I ever made for Trade Sim World.
I've got two favorite routes, one in game and one in real life.
You're lying, aren't you? Because Salty Chips said they are being announced. So hopefully this is going to go well. We've got the full screen of the video, and we've got this
I've been on it multiple
times
on
there as well. So You'll hear my reaction straight away. If I am a little too loud when I'm giving my reactions, just let me know and I'll turn myself down a little bit.
And then in-game, my favourite is one I haven't worked
Coben,
on.
Supposedly,
Isle of Wight, and I love it so much because the collectibles are so cute. You can pick up ice cream cones, and another one where you can take a picture of the track,
New Journey,
and the Polaroid
so I guess
prints
it's
out.
the new routes that are going to be released. I think we are there. We are ready.
To New Journey session of Railfan Fest. We'll be taking a look at some of the recent and excitingly upcoming add-ons for Train Sim World 2. I'm JD and I'm Director of Community at Dovetail Games, and I'm joined by Matt Pedalston, who some of you will probably already know, our Senior Producer on Train Sim World 2. Matt, welcome. Are you able to give us a quick summary of who you are and what you do?
So I work with all the teams on how the trains and routes shape up in the game, what features they'll have.
This is on for half an hour.
And then I lead discussions on new products and features that are going to be included in the product. And essentially just do my best to try and help all the teams wherever I can.
I can second that. He's a big streamer as well, isn't he, Matt? Do we have some exciting stuff to share tonight?
We certainly do, JD. We really do.
That is right.
I'm going to keep everybody on tenterhooks a little bit longer because the first part of this, we're going to be taking a look back at some of the recent releases that have come to Train Sim World 2, just in case any of this lineup tickle your fancy. So we're going to be starting off tonight in good old Blighty. We're going to be starting with the Southeastern High Speed route.
Love the Southeastern High Speed. Love the Southeastern High Speed. Here we go. That's my old stomping ground in Berkshire, so yeah, I would love to have that. If it was something abroad, international, Dutch, I would like Netherlands if possible.
I love that trailer. So Southeastern High Speed is our latest UK route released in February. And Matt, are you able to give us the lowdown, please, on this route?
Certainly, yeah. For me, this is one of the most thrilling of the high-speed routes in the UK, and it's certainly a personal favourite of mine.
Crefab, it is running on...
it's a 51-mile route running from London St Pancras out to Faversham in Kent. The locos featured are the popular commuter, the Class 375 Electrostars, and also the iconic Class 395 Javelins, which are the high-speed trains that run on the route.
I like the 465.
The 395 comes predominantly in its 10th anniversary livery, but there are two units that have something different. One of them
is the Trainbow. There you go. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
395012, and then the other one is the Back the Medway 2025, which is on 395025. And it's fun to try and spot these because they're on those numbered units. So there's
interesting, a sort of like a random. Well, I'm just kind of going
find them out. It's really cool.
We are
really nice
assuming
mix
that they are
of
going to
high
be
speed
brand new,
and regular line running on this line,
because
with a
nothing
mix
was
of
announced.
Traditional colour light signalling on one half of the route, and the high speed TVM 430 signalling on the side between Ebbsfleet
roadmap, because they were coming up with the Railfan,
and that signalling allows trains to run much faster than they can in the normal classic lines with the colour light signals, because it's all done in the cab rather than relying on lights. Driving at 140 kilometres an hour out of London to Ebbsfleet, you then got the power changeover where you go from third rail to overhead, and the whole tone of the journey changes. You're no longer on a high-speed express train. You're now stopping.
Funny enough,
which is just it's a great variety. But most importantly, it's our office line. The Dovetail offices
TTRL,
are based in
the
Chatham,
Channel
which is
Rail
one of the stations of the route.
The HS2.
Amazing. So people can wave hello to Dovetail
created by
when they're on the
external
route.
third-party people, I think they said.
Absolutely.
And as you can see through some of the screenshots, you can see the train boat as well, which is also lovely. So thanks for that, Matt. We also recently released the BR Class 4659 EMU add-on for South Eastern High Speed, which offers a different gameplay mechanic on that route as well, and that arrived in March. Which, segueing nicely, is also when our next route, the Rosalini, was released.
This route is good. Now, we've got to see PC versus PlayStation 5 on this, which has been really
the Rosalini was created by Rivet Games for Train Sim World 2, and it's the iconic route set in the challenging Swiss Alps with nail-biting gradients. We've really enjoyed watching.
So we've got 200 viewers on this,
grapple and tackle
only 65
with
likes. So let's get it up to
that is the Rosalini.
150.
So Matt, what can players expect?
Click that like button.
This is truly an epic route set in the Swiss mountains.
Fake. If you watch my videos, you'll know why it's on there.
Many tunnels and across bridges, as you can see on the screenshot we've got up at the moment, and also across the and viaducts. And
there you go.
You're climbing to over 1,000 meters, climbing over 1,000 meters to get to the top. And you're doing that on an exceptionally steep 60%.
Adam, the reason why is because this is the first time I've done this, so I have no idea what it sounds
like. It's really about managing your throttle and your brakes, or mostly your brakes, really, really carefully. Because
mind the gap, you're right.
The clips in that video there showed just how steep that 6% gradient is. It's terrifyingly steep. It's one of the most steep gradients that Adhesion railways run on. So the loco you're going to be driving, which you see in these shots, is the RHB GE 442, which is hauling a mixture of coaches, the baggage car, and you can even haul freight wagons as well. This railway mixes freight wagons into the passenger trains because they haven't actually.
A Pilgrim, potentially they are.
Run extra freight trains all the time, so it's easy to.
I've just read your message. It's just come up. So kind of count how many seconds it was since you posted it to when I've said it.
The epic Langwiese viaduct, which you've seen in some of these shots, built in 1914, and the vistas that you get as you go across these viaducts are just absolutely stunning. This route also features road running for the first time in Train Sim World, where you'll be using tram-style signals and running directly alongside the road traffic. There's some great additional features on this route that cater for the way this route has request.
Well, let's have a look, CT. Let's
controls that you can press on the train and on the platform.
If not, this is a nice 30-minute video that that we're watching together and commenting together on. So it's all
I'm
good.
sure everyone will please know that's not the last time you'll be hearing us grapple with German over the course of this live stream. Thank you very much for that, Matt. And finally, before we get into some details and screenshots of some of our upcoming add-ons, the fun stuff, it's time to swap the Alps for the Appalachians with our latest release, which came out just this Thursday. Is the
Clinchfield Railroad. Guys, I think you're going to look forward to Tuesday's video. I've done Mondays, I've done Tuesdays. You might be able to see some Clinchfield, but in a different light. So hopefully you can look forward to that one. Hopefully that's going to be good. Niels Mallet, no, you haven't missed anything yet. We've been talking about Southeastern High Speed, Rosebarn, and we are now talking about Clinchfield Railroad.
It is a beast. As mentioned, this was released early this week. It was on Thursday, and features classic railroading, hauling coal.
Glasgow. Yeah, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it?
We've been delighting in our community.
You don't like it, transport? Well, you know, you have your own opinion, and you're able to.
I know this is one of your personal favourites, so we're going to stick a little bit longer on Clinchfield. Why did we decide to develop this route? Tell us.
Sorry, Transport Gamer.
So this is a famous
they were on
US route,
Clinchfield for a little bit longer.
In its day moved millions of
Random Gamer, no, not yet.
And this route still exists now, just in a slightly different form. There's nothing shiny and clean about this route. This is cold, hard coal country. There's more than 30 coal.
You say that, but the trains are quite clean.
On the main line, along the various included branch lines, including Greenbrier, Fremont, McClure, and Nora branch lines, which you can explore fully. Some of these branch lines also feature some of the steepest gradients in the area, exceeding 3%. Now, that's no Rosa.
CT. That is one way of saying it. So I've had a look, like a Rosa Linear, a Rosa Linear, a Rosa Line, and a Rosa Barn is another way of saying it. So that's why I've called it as a Rosa Barn.
Locos, the EMDF7 and the SD40. These are raw
it's just different ways of saying that line that Rivet Games created.
The F7 comes
just
in
give
the
us
early
pacers.
grey,
Give us pacers.
As you can see in these screenshots, and the SD40 comes in the later black livery of the Clinchfield Railroad. On this route, you're going to be hauling coal north and south. You're going to be visiting the branch lines, loading coal cars with thousands of tons of
Glasgow to Penzance. Flipping heck, Pilgrim. That long.
In addition, there are
Orient Express. What, the whole route?
Which haul manifest traffic, and lastly, the well-known named Florida perishable train.
Well.
In addition to
they are dirty, but they're not real dirty, you know, like they should be.
A chilled car, and along with that, our very first caboose.
The very first caboose. So you mentioned Matt about the Florida perishable. What was that, and what was its role?
Oranges.
So the Florida perishable was a northbound, what they called a hotshot service, meaning it had the highest priority in the line when it was running. Nothing got in its way.
And why was it the fastest?
So back in the time period of this route, when we say chilled cars, you might be thinking of refrigerated wagons like we'd be used to. You see them on the road, you see them in the trains. But back in the time,
I know what you mean, Beastie Jack,
there were
but
refrigerated units.
I like to see the others as well, but I am more of a passenger route.
Essentially packed with ice. So these trains hauling fresh fruit really tend to have a stopwatch running on them.
And I imagine if they were coming from Florida, then it'd be pretty warm.
Exactly.
And I know you hate this question, Matt, and I keep on asking you it because I love this question. Of the three routes that we've just seen, which has been your favourite to play through yourself?
Hey, Sue, you all right?
Oh, Clinchfield. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's different. We've not. One of the things that we haven't really done a lot of lately is this kind of US freight hauling experience. We've done lots of really great German commuters. We've done the British commuter, but this North American freight hauling experience hasn't been done to this level before. And it's one of the reasons we wanted to do this route.
So, what do you think? Who's bought Clinchfield?
That operational.
I want you to comment. Yes, if you have. So, no, if you haven't.
Totally Clinchfield.
Just want to see if you've got it or not.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the community would probably agree with you on that one as well. Okay, so that's the last couple of months done and dusted. On top of the great
I'm halfway through my tea. I want to at least get 100 before I finish.
So I think it's about time we got into the juicy stuff and see what's coming up. And we're going to kick this off starting with the DBBR 101. Hopefully you should be seeing some screenshots arrive on your screen. There we go, just about now. As you can see, it's in the classic DB red. And you can see some of these screenshots. We'll be cycling through them as we go through. So this is the first time a lot of people are getting to see some of these, which is rather exciting. Matt, can you tell us what we need to know about this loco?
Niels.
So the 101 is a real classic. It's an electric locomotive. There's a big following from German Railfans, and it started service in 1997 and was originally built to replace the aging BR-103s. Also having a big following, and they became the flagship of DB on intercity services, and are still very much in use today.
Is this the 101 that everyone talks about, where there isn't a head, a car the other end?
The intercity coaches that you can see behind it, the BPMMZ and the AVMMZ, so a class standard and second class, in the white and red intercity livery to go behind the loco. Additional services are provided on the Hauptstrecke Rheinruhr route, where you'll be rushing between Duisburg and Bochum, running intercity services.
Scott Sim, we're going through the new routes.
this line.
Are they just going to tell us about the routes that we already know about, but pictures, or is it going to be new, as in you don't know about them yet?
Safety systems, as all of them now are, and it's fully compatible with Scenario Planner, so you can take this and run it on all of your favourite routes.
Looking forward to people trying this one on a Rosa. But side-by-side running as well. Obviously, the best thing about being on a loco as well is when you see the other people in the carriage opposite you, and everyone looks at each other like they are completely clueless as to what's going on.
Yeah, the white coaches do look good, don't they?
Yes,
especially if you're passing them, because notionally you're winning at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. So the 101 will soon become the Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr. I did say there would be more German in Train Sim World 2.
The only downside to it is Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr is a short route.
We won't be providing release dates just at this stage, but we'll be letting you know
I need release
through
dates.
Our website,
come on,
roadmaps,
give me a release
and our
date.
social channels when you can expect.
I'll help. I'll try it out. I've got a PC now.
Now, sticking with the German theme, we have another exclusive. Some more screenshots for you. This time we're moving from the east of Germany to the north of Germany. It's time for the Hauptstrecke Hamburg-Lübeck.
Go for it.
Screenshots here.
Oh, look at that.
So this is featuring regional passenger and heavy freight in Germany. And we know this route is hotly anticipated.
Look at that, 112.
We're excited to add to our German collection. So Matt, what should players be excited about with this route?
This is a really exciting release. It connects Germany's second largest city to the surrounding commuter towns.
That looks good, doesn't it?
The coastal town of Lübeck. And it brings a good mix of both commuter and freight traffic as well. So this is a complete route. Running the 63-kilometre line between city of Hamburg and the coastal town of Lübeck.
Looks like a singing train, that one.
Driving the BR112 in DB Traffic Red, running a wide range of passenger services. The BR112 is the much faster and younger sibling to the well-known and similar-looking BR143, which is already in the game. The route also features
we do like the 143.
ES64U2, which you can see on the screen at the moment, the black one, Taurus locomotive in the MRCE black livery, where it's going to be hauling freight trains.
Yeah, it's MRCE.
Freight wagons between Lübeck and Rothenburg-Sort, which is to the southeast of Hamburg.
Oh, nice.
Drivers can expect to undertake a full range of services operated by the included stock and a busy freight timetable, as well as passenger services, all based on the real
It does look clean, doesn't it?
So there's a nice mix of freight and passenger services on this route then.
Yeah, that looks good. I like that.
That is great to know. And what does this add to our German collection? What does it bring to the table?
Probably the most important thing this brings to the table is that MRCE black. It's the freight version of the BR182. So up until this point, the players have been they've wanted to drive the Taurus hauling freight. They've had to use the passenger version, the DB Red version. This means that
we can now haul it on the proper black MCRE,
which is only really different in terms of its livery, but it also doesn't have the passenger information display, which is on the front of the train. It's also going to be really interesting to drive the much faster version of the what was the BR143 and this is the BR112, going up from 120 kilometers now.
Who was that talking?
Now, so it's a little bit more sprightly in response.
Yeah, 5 circle line would be good, wouldn't it?
A bit more sprightly. Fantastic. Thanks, Matt, for that. In addition to these upcoming German releases, we have more on the way for the UK as well for you with the Glasgow Cathcart Circle, BR Class 313.
Do we get to see this?
We won't be showing you any of those
tonight. Come on!
We'll have more information for you soon on those. However, it is time to now go across the pond and talk about a brand new US route you can look forward to, Cane Creek.
Cane Creek.
And here we go. This is absolutely stunning. I thought we were looking at a photo. We're apparently not. And this is from our
We've
friends
seen these
at
before, haven't we?
Games. Cane Creek is an upcoming route set in Utah and featuring the dramatic, as you can see, Moab scenery. As you can see,
it does look good, doesn't it?
Amazing. But Matt,
hopefully this will be the same on console as it is on
So this route
on
marks
PC.
An important point in Train Sim World history because it's the first time we're bringing a Union Pacific main feature into the game. Union Pacific, there was a Union Pacific GP38-2 that came as part of the Peninsula Corridor route, but this is all Union Pacific, so which is really cool. Union Pacific are a really cool operator. So
We've
the
got something American.
Itself runs from Brendel to Potash.
I think the chat is a little delayed compared to what I'm seeing.
For the unique, stunning, and rugged scenery. I mean, you can see it in these images. It's just so different to what you've been driving on previously.
Those screenshots do look good, don't they?
Cliffs. At one point in the route, you're going down this narrow corridor of the rocks either side of you.
Yeah.
It's just so different. The railroad also runs alongside the Colorado River. And
yeah, Cathcart's not on there.
South towards Moab as well. So
they're not giving us any pictures for that.
The terrain and the rivers and roads around it. In terms of what you'll be doing, you'll be hauling empty cars out from Brendel to Potash, loading them with potash salt, and then returning back to the main line at Brendel with
Pilgrim.
Those. That's operating a service.
You've watched this?
Local, which is
I'm watching it at the same time as you. I had no idea what they were showing. Just new journeys.
You'll be running powerful.
You're witnessing at the same time as me.
Gradients that are constantly changing. There are 3 summits.
Yeah, I wanted to know about the Cathcart as well,
points,
but
and which means
never mind.
It's
they're not there
yet. 35-mile branch line, I think, and you're constantly going to have to pay attention to what's going on with this drive as this run as you do it, because if you just set the controls, you'll find yourself stopping and struggling to get up hills or running away down the other side of the hill. So you really need to pay attention.
No, they didn't show Cathcart. Really they said about it, but no pictures.
You'll be speaking of what you'll be operating. You'll be operating the Union Pacific's version of the AC4400 CW, which is subtly different to the CSX1 that you've already familiar with.
Aviation.
And then the
CS40-2
as well, both in
you can get Train Simulator 2 and Train Simulator.
Union Pacific livery.
Do that.
And I think what you were mentioning, Matt, with this is that it's quite an intensive driving experience. It's not your kind of
sound intensive,
put it on cruise control and just sort of let it go. You have to be sort of tuned into this one.
Yeah, I mean it's.
What route are you most looking forward to, guys?
On the way back with the heavy loaded wagons.
You looking forward to the Lubeck?
You're looking at probably a few thousand tons.
VR101 DLC.
And it's as with all of these
Cathcart?
things, it's because it takes.
Or this one, Cane Creek.
To switch
one are you looking forward
to? If you're going up a hill. To then you've crested the summit, you're now going back down. You've got to power off, wait for the amps to come down.
What would be good is Train Simulator bringing out a Hornby edition.
You should have been doing this.
So being able to create a Hornby set on Train Simulator and driving it. That would be good.
All driving trains, but more so with the big heavy trains on these gradients, is to be thinking ahead of the line, think ahead of the train, and that means you've got.
Yeah, give us a Dutch route. That's what we want.
Sorry, my eyes have been sort of drawn to the screenshots throughout the time that you've been talking about it.
Absolutely,
it's just brilliant. And I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked after the first 3 routes that we showed. Which of these are you most excited to drive? Of the Loco, the Hamburg-Lübeck, and also Cane Creek as well.
Of the 3, I'm most looking forward to Hamburg-Lübeck. It's. I really like the commuter type traffic patterns where you're speeding up, slowing down. I like the variety of having the freight on the route as well.
Yeah,
and also the fact that
Hamburg-Lübeck does look good. I'm looking forward to the Hamburg-Lübeck.
It should be a really interesting and varied
experience.
And you also
actually, that'd be good. Yeah, so something from Glasgow, that'd be good.
There's different places where the trains start and stop.
Marcel, Cane Creek,
really good fun.
These screenshots do look good, don't
they? Brilliant. And Cane Creek, as with Hamburg-Lübeck and the DBBR 101, will be giving more details on the coming weeks and months.
Okay.
So keep your eyes peeled to our website, our social channels, our roadmaps, all of those different things that we throw out on a regular basis. So make sure you're tuned into all of those.
Not sure survival.
But as well as these add-ons, we're also working on some other exciting projects.
Oh, here we go.
World 2. And as you can see, because we've got 7 minutes left, we're not just going to leave it there.
Here we go.
So we've got some of these exciting projects that are a little bit further away.
Come on. Come on, JD.
Get a little bit more interesting.
Here we go.
First up,
come on.
Hold on to your handrails because things are getting a little bit hectic. It gives me great pleasure to announce this summer's big release. Drumroll, please. Train Sim World 2.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
Multiplayer.
Yay,
multiplayer. Come on. Tell me.
You go. I can almost feel the hustle and bustle as we talk about it right now.
Come on.
I'm assuming there's thousands of people watching that are just cheering into their microphones right now. So, Matt, what does Rush Hour?
Come on, it's multiplayer, isn't it? Come on, multiplayer.
So Rush Hour is all about the intensity of peak commuter traffic.
Oh, it's just peak commuter traffic.
The volume of trains increases and it gets more difficult to keep up with your schedule.
You know what? I was thinking rush hour was going to be loads of people on at the same time, but peak timetable. But come on!
You suddenly don't have to keep up to time. You do.
It's still good. I like this peak.
On the platforms, and suddenly it's bustling and busy for a brief time during the day. And a real winning feature.
Now, I know I'm going to be terrible at this because I'm late for everything. But I can't wait to get in.
Oh, no. No. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Oh, come on.
Into the thick of this, try it all out, and just sort of get stuck in, really. But now everybody at home knows what the theme and the concept of this summer's big update is going to be. We're going to leave it there for tonight. We're going to be revealing the new routes and more information on rush hour on our website, which is trainsimworld.com, in case you weren't already aware, on Tuesday the 4th of May at 3 p.m. UTC. So a little bit of a while away, but we wanted to try and make sure that we've got everything perfect for that announce. We can't wait for this to be in your hands later this summer, and we can't wait to be giving you more information. So make sure you put that.
Yeah, look, it's gone down. I think it's my internet. It's my internet. So, sorry, guys.
We've still got a little bit of time left, so there is one more thing we want to talk about. Finally, for today, we wanted to give you a quick update on a release which is a little bit further away than and it's something that I know a lot of the team are really excited about. Matt, I will let you do the honours.
Come on. Give me the honours.
That's right. For those of you that follow our channels, you know that we've
Spirit of Steam. Yes.
And we'll be bringing this to the sim with Spirit of Steam.
Ooh. So this is exciting for a number of reasons.
It's my router.
Because I know it's something, as we mentioned before, the team have wanted to bring into Train Sim World 2 for a long, long time. Matt, what are the key differences between driving steam engines and what players might already be used to on the sim?
So every type of power is a different feel and a different way to play, whether that's diesel or electric.
Yeah.
But steam is just another beast entirely, and it totally changes.
Are you just reading the news article that came out last week?
If you've ever been near a steam locomotive, there's this immediate feeling of immense power. They can be huge, intimidating machines. Stood next to them on the platform.
I really hope they let us know what is coming to steam. Come on.
Thunder of noise.
Mid-hands, Watercress Line.
Fire-breathing dragons of the railways. Steam engines at their heart are very functional, mechanical, and almost primal. They're driven by fire, and they're challenging.
Yeah, I think as you have to strike made a big mistake in choosing 60 frames per second when I should have chosen 30 frames when I go live. So my fault entirely.
We want to try and capture this power and energy in Train Sim World 2. This Spirit of Steam is what makes these mechanical marvels the childhood hero for many rail fans, and we're working on this now.
Yeah, Flying Scotsman needs to happen.
We want people to feel the heat from the hot coals. So you can read more about the development of Steam and our project, Steam project.
Give us a Steam train. Give us a Steam train. Come on, JD. Come on, Matt.
About some of the challenges involved in building.
Tell us which one.
So you can read about the physics of representing real-world steam locos in a digital environment, and hopefully somebody's going to be putting that in the chat right now if you wanted to give it a read.
Read it already.
Next article will be covering how we are approaching route building, particularly routes that don't exist in the modern day. Now, in a couple of the other sections, we were talking about the challenges of creating routes that don't exist anymore, and the same is exactly the same for Steam. So this is a longer term project, so you can expect many more behind the scenes articles as we work towards this. And of course,
we'll go through a few of the bits that we've looked at today, okay?
And we talked about kind of in the previous session about some of the tools and some of the challenges that we might be seeing. So, Matt, in terms of the
tools, in your diary, guys.
That's something that again we're
4th of May. 2021.
I mean, absolutely.
3 p.m. UTC.
Sections there about the
we'll be looking at that.
Some of the
May the 4th be with you.
So forth. Photographs that we can access. There's so many more of it. So Google Earth and so forth, and they make it really easy, much easier to make the track in the environment. But they don't apply to historic routes. We've got to go back to how we used to make things and find new ways of doing these routes, which don't exist anymore. So it's a really fascinating topic.
Absolutely, and we're again really excited to be able to kind of bring this to everybody in the coming months. So there you have it. Lots of new journeys and experiences coming to Train Sim World 2. There's a quick summary in case you arrived a little bit late or
go for it, JD. Go for it, JD.
I've got one for you. So what we have that's already here for you to play right now, we have the Southeastern High Speed, we have the Arosa Linney, we've got the BR Class 4659 EMU, we have the Clinchfield Railroads, and then what we've talked about in terms of things that are coming up, the DVBR 101, Hamburg Lübeck, Cane Creek from our friends at Skyhook Games, Train Sim World 2, Rush Hour, as you can see on the screen right now. Our summer release, I just want to say, although the graphic says 4th of May, that's when we're going to give you the routes that are going to be enclosed within the Rush Hour. Notice the plural there. They're going to be included within Rush Hour.
Okay, so this is going to be like Train Sim World 3, so we're going to get special routes.
So thank you very much for watching, everybody.
That is good, and it's good that JD mentioned that. We'll go through this in a sec. That's amazing.
Rush Hour. We'll also be announcing the routes you can expect, and following our social channels will keep you in the loop as well. That's Train Sim World on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can keep up to date on anything else that we've talked about over the course of the last half an hour. And if you've missed any of the other Train Sim World 2 segments from Rail Fan Fest, I had a ball in the 8 till 9 o'clock slot with everybody else discussing all manner of different things. So make sure you check out the VODs of the event as well.
Thanks, JD. I hope you've all enjoyed our glimpse at what's
coming.
have.
We definitely have.
I'm off to go and run some more trains on Clinchfield. That coal isn't delivering itself.
Is that? That's a sales.
Thanks very much, Matt, and thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your evenings. I will head back to Sam in the studio. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
To end the first Rail Fan Fest, we invite you to sit back and relax as we show 2 pieces of driver's eye footage. One from the North Norfolk Railway, who kicked off the show yesterday and will be open to the public once again tomorrow on the 12th of April. The other is exclusive footage provided by Pico's tourism arm, Picorama, showing their 7¼ gauge.
I've been to Picorama.
Heights Light Railway, one of the longest railways of that gauge in the UK.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lower that. So, guys, what do you think of that news? So, we haven't really heard any new routes yet, but there are 2 major new things. One is Steam. So, we know that Steam is coming soon, and we will have some details on that. What we'll do is we'll have this playing whilst we're talking about it. But the big thing is Rush Hour. So, we're going to get Rush Hour. That's the next edition of Train Sim World. So, you know, we had Train Sim World, then Train Sim World 2 2020. Train Sim World 2. We thought it would be Train Sim World 3, but it's called Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour. And that's going to have new routes. So it's a brand new game, so it's probably going to be chargeable. I'm just guessing. But we're going to have Rush Hour with new people, peak times, lots of traffic. It's going to be pretty immense and epic. So let's see what we're going to get from that. So put that in your diaries, guys. 4th of May. 3 p.m. UTC. I'm going to, if I can, I'm going to book that day off and I'm going to do what we've just done now. We're going to do a live stream of the video and me with our reactions there and then. So hopefully you're going to watch that as well. Then I will be putting it on 30 frames live because, as you saw with the 60 frames, screwed my internet up because I have 40 down, 7 up. 40 download, 7 upload. That's the fastest I can get around here. I've got a cabinet literally just 100 yards from where I live, but I'm not connected to that one. I'm connected to the one right down the street at the other end of my road. So yeah, I have awful internet and I can't get anything super fast yet. That's the fastest I can get. So what do you think, guys? What do you think of this Rush Hour? What do you think of the Steam? Are you looking forward to seeing that BR 101 on the Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr? Are you looking forward to Cane Creek? Are you looking forward to the Munich-Lübeck? I'm looking forward to Munich-Lübeck. That is one I'm looking forward to. Hey, EOT passengers. Hey, Richard, you're right. So yeah, I think that was a good video in the end. A good stream that we had. But have a great evening, everyone. If you want to stay on and we'll have a little bit more of a chat, but I think that's kind of the video over. I love going on these steam trains. This is amazing. I love it. Let's turn it up. Oh, sounds good, doesn't it? So Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour is going to be the new summer launch of Train Sim World. So remember, we've had Train Sim World 2020, Train Sim World 2. The next edition of Train Sim World will be Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour. That is the name of it. I guess, so I am guessing that we are going to have to pay for it. There might be a free update, like Train Sim World, from Train Sim World to Train Sim World 2020, it was a free update, but you didn't get the new routes. So there might be something on there, I'm not sure. I'm just speculating. Hopefully we'll find out more information on the 4th of May, 3 p.m. UTC. Guys, hopefully you have enjoyed that. I've enjoyed this. This is good. I love this train. I can't wait to go back on the trains again. I really want to go on the train. Want to go on a plane? Want to go on a train? But yeah, look out for tomorrow's video. If you are a first class member, you will get early access to tomorrow's video. I just haven't set it out yet because I was doing all of this now. So you'll shortly get that in the next half an hour to an hour. You'll get a link, if you are a first class member, to tomorrow's video. I will give you a little hint. They're flying. That's right, we're flying in tomorrow's video. And it's a nice snowy day because I recorded it yesterday with live weather. And if you're in the UK, we are getting sun, rain, sleet, snow, hail, literally within 2 seconds of each other. It's just all over the place. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, have a great evening, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Hopefully you've enjoyed this live stream YouTube thing. First time we've done this properly. And I think it's kind of worked, except for the bit near the end. It kind of went off. As I said, it's my fault with the 60 frames. I should keep live stream on 30, recording on 60 frames. Social media links are in the description below. I will see you on the next video. This is Mega Sim out of here. See you later, guys. Bye.